Hello YouTube, viewers, subscribers. Welcome back to Ohio Air Gun Shooter. I'm outside today with my Ruger 1022 air rifle from Umarex. It's a .177 caliber, CO2 powered repeating air rifle. I got my Hawk 4-12 by 50 millimeter scope. We're going to sight it in at right around 10 meters, just a little bit beyond. That post right here is my 10 meters. So where I got the rifle sitting, the muzzle's just going to be just beyond that. I'm going to start with some JSB Exact 7.33 grain. I just did a video showing the velocities of both of these, and then we'll move to the RWS Superdomes. These are 8.3 grain. So just want to get it dialed in at right around 10 yards, 10 meters, and then we'll see where it's shooting, and then maybe we can stretch it out a little further than that. Outside temperature right now, had this sitting in the shade. We're at 90 degrees Fahrenheit. If I set it in the sun, where this is, I'm actually going to put this in the shade. Oh, it's not getting real hot, but the black synthetic stocks really absorbs that sunlight. It was doing it with my Stoker X22 the other day when I was doing some shooting out here, and it got really hot. But right now we're already up to 94, so we should get some good CO2 pressure outside here compared to the 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius that I was shooting indoors. I do have two Umarex CO2 cartridges installed. They've already been pierced. One goes in with the nozzle this way and one goes in with the nozzle that way. So it doesn't give you more power, however it does give you more shots. So since I'm going to be doing more shooting here, trying to get this thing sighted in, we need extra CO2, so that's what we have right now. All right, we will begin with the JSB Exact. Again, 7.33 grains. They're domed. I got a high velocity, and I think it was like 550 something, but that was after 4 shots that didn't read. So it's supposed to get up to like 650 feet per second with lead pellets, and then 700 feet per second with alloys. I'm going to do everything in single action just to give me a lighter trigger pull, because in double action it's like a 7-pound pull. With single action, I'll show you. It's right around 2 pounds, sometimes under. So I got my side-by-side targets. I got an orange one down there, if you can see it, but I'll start with the right target. I'm going to aim just below the center dot, right around the 6 o'clock position. That's about a 3 3/4 inch circle. So I just kind of want to see where this is shooting. I have my objective set just between the 15 and 10 yards, and then my magnification is at 6. I got a really nice clear picture, so we'll see how we do here with the JSB Exact and the Ruger 1022 from Umarex. Again, I'm aiming at the 6 o'clock position. I think it might be low. So I'm going to bring this up real quick. It's got a lot of thread, so we'll come up. See if I can get on the paper. Not sure where that's shooting. All right, I paused it, took a few shots. The thing is shooting low and to the left, so I'll have to bring it up some more. Full turn, and then I'll bring it over to the right. It's taking me a while to find it, so we gotta come to the right. All right, let's try that. Took about 3 shots and I was able to find it. See if this makes an improvement. Might still be low. We'll bring it back up. All right, gotta come up some more. Another full turn. All right, I think that might be good. Do some on paper now. So I'm gonna move my aim to the middle of the paper. That's good. Now I just need to bring it over to the right some more. Big as a bullseye. That one dropped. That one dropped. Still on paper though. That one is back. I think we're out. So at least I'm on paper. Yeah, we are out. We'll go take a look at that. I'll show you what was going on. So I found out where I was shooting. I was aiming here and it was shooting way down here. Now I brought it up. I took the one shot and I found out where it was shooting. I was aiming like right here and it was right there. Or actually, I was aiming like dead center here and it was down to the left. So I made the adjustments. So the first shot was, I started working my way up and I finally got to here, and then I brought it over and that next shot was right here, and then the other two shots were like right here, so it dropped a bit. I mean, this could be CO2 cool down, but that's a start. I'm inside this circle now, so we'll go ahead and move over to this one and we'll try to do a 10-shot group. All right, so I reloaded. Now what I like to do on these, I'll take this out, I like to push the skirts down and you can just hear a little snap. I'm using this Sharpie. I usually use my pellet gun oil tube. The cap is like perfect size. Now before I started shooting, I went in, I used a Bic ballpoint pen cap, and it kind of pushed them some of those a little too far, so I wonder if that kind of made a difference. And then again, and I just switched to the Sharpie, and it's just enough. It's fat enough to where you can hear that little snap, and you know they're seated. So let me see how it makes a difference. I went ahead and drew a new dot down there, and then I circled off my first few shots, and then we'll see if we can get this a group around that second dot that I drew. All right, got another 10 of the JSB Exact 7.33 grain loaded up. Same thing, single action. Wow, that was really low into the right. Wow, that was weird. Let's try that again. Alright, keep back over, but still a little low. That was definitely a flyer. Wow. About the same spot, elevation wise, just a little bit to the right. Same one as the last one, just below it. A little low. Wow. Might need a heavier pellet. I mean, it groups and then it doesn't. There's three right in the same spot, so maybe the CO2 just needs to settle down. Find that sweet spot like with a PCP. Now it's doing good. Still low, but it's grouping. I think we're out. Let me double check. I mean, I was getting worried there for a second, but I think I redeemed myself. I put this in the shade so it doesn't overheat. Plus it was sitting for a few minutes, so it probably warmed back up. So I think once it cools down to a certain level, and again, like I mentioned, like with a PCP, you got that sweet spot kind of, you know, you start high and then you find that sweet spot and it just shoots really good and then it starts to drop off. I think it's the same thing with the CO2. So let's go take a look. Okay, so my first shot was like right here. And then I think it came back up and then it came back down and then everything seemed to settle down and group like right here. I'm aiming right here. I'm putting in the very middle of the mil dot reticle right here. So we're still shooting a little bit low, but it's grouping. There's a bunch like right in here. So again, I think I got 2 CO2 cartridges and I just think there's that, it starts high, you know, the velocities, and then maybe it levels off and then it shoots really good. There's that sweet spot and then where it drops off. But I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know the science behind it, but again, it was sitting for a few minutes and what, 88 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. What's that, like what 28, 29, 30 degrees Celsius. But I mean, that's grouping a little over 10 meters. So you know, I'm happy with that. That's a good start with 7.33 grain pellets. Maybe a heavier pellet will group better. So I don't know if I should just tell you what, we'll switch. Since I did 2 groups with the 733s, we'll move to the green paper, and then we'll do the 8.3 grain RWS Superdomes and see if those do any better, being heavier, maybe more stable, and maybe they'll group a little better with the warmer temperatures. Let's find that out. All right, now we're going to move to the RWS Superdome 8.3 grain pellet. 90 degrees here in the sun. Shade, I think we're like 86, 87. Wife's already hollering, "Where's my baking thermometer?" But hey, it works out here, all right? Plus, I got a bottle opener, but I got cans today, so got the Pabst Blue Ribbon with the Godzilla on the back. Attack Peter. But that's pretty cool. I'll leave that sit there, maybe you can see it. But I got 10 of the Superdomes loaded up. Got my rifle sitting in the shade so it doesn't overheat. I did that. That happened. I had my it was a SIG 365, that little small CO2 powered one. I accidentally left it out, and I went to shoot it, and it just blew the seals in the magazine. So I think it just the over pressurizing just is not good due to the heat, and it just totally blew the seal out. But all right, we'll do the same thing, single action, 10 shots, see where it's shooting. At least we kind of got it dialed in with the 7.3s, so we'll see where it's shooting with the 8.3s. I'll just aim at the center dot on the green paper on the left target. Again, same focus, same 6 magnification between the 10 yards and 15 yards. I got my eye relief set a little bit back, but it's comfortable. I'll just rest it on my hand again. I'm just more comfortable shooting this way. All right, did I cock it back? Yes, you can tell by the trigger. All right, make sure we'll see where this is grouping first. Center mass. It's low, but we're okay. We'll just keep going as long as it groups. Nearly the same hole. No recoil, so you can just let it set. A little lower. I mean, I can feel myself swaying. I mean, my breathing isn't just right, but plus it's hot out here. It's getting hot. Let's back up with the other 2. So it's grouping. It's just low right now, heavier pellet. 4 in the same spot. 5 in the same spot. Actually, that one dropped. I pulled that one. All right, that's with the other 3. I mean, it's grouping. I got a group of 4 and a group of 3 so far. That's down there with the other 3, so I got a 4 and a 4. That was dropping. I think I'm losing CO2. And we're out. There's groups. They're at different positions, but there's groups. Again, I think the CO2 is dropping. I'm not sure what the shot count is on this, but let's go take a look. I think you'll like what you see. And we're up to 96 degrees, by the way, so yeah, it's getting hot. I'm gonna have to do a shooting from the pool video, right? I mean, why not, right? Tell you what, I'm about ready to dive in that thing right now. But yeah, I mean, it's set up to where I can shoot. Well, my pumpkins are in the way. I did have sunflowers growing, but I think a rabbit or something ate them all, because I had a whole line of them and they're gone. So I think something like this would take a rabbit. I did the math with the earlier velocities from the other video, and right around 5 foot-pounds. So right around, what, 7 joules. So with a good shot to the head, it would definitely probably take a rabbit. It doesn't take much to take a rabbit or a squirrel, or definitely a small pest. All right. I mean, there's grouping there. I was aiming right here. So with the heavier pellet, we're definitely dropping. I got, what, 20 shots over here. This is 30 shots plus whatever I did over down there. So two CO2 cartridges will give you more shots, but this thing doesn't have a really high shot count. Now, I started down here, worked up here, had a couple up here, and then it started to drop again. So I got a group here and then 2 down here. So I got groups, they're just dropping. So with a heavier pellet, it definitely dropped. So I mean, I was about, what, 1.5 inches or so below the dot here. So I mean, it's grouping, it's just running out of CO2. So I mean, I'm good with that. I may change out the CO2 cartridges, and then we'll back it up to let's try 20 yards, and just see if we can at least get everything inside this these circles. I'll do the 7.33s and then the 8.3s. I'll aim higher. I'll aim probably just at the 12 o'clock position, just to see if everything will drop into the circle here. Again, a 3 3/4 in a circle. I just use like a coffee can lid in the circle. Construction paper, Sharpie, and something with a round shape. Saves you money on targets. My kids are just wondering where their construction paper is going. All right, again, to install the cartridges, you install one nozzle first. I'm not gonna add any pellet gun oil because it's pretty wet already from the previous time. And then you install the other one. Actually, the only one came out. Hang on, let me get the other one out. All right. Okay. Thought both of them came out, but only one came out. Again, nozzle first, inward, nozzle outward. And then you put your plug in here. Make sure you don't cross thread it. What do I do with the, there we go. The butt piece does come with a piercing tool already integrated in it. I might have the muzzle just sitting on a pad down there so it doesn't get any dirt in it. And just twist it. You'll hear a hiss, and then you're ready to go. It's a little bit of a longer hiss because you're piercing 2, but we're good. And then you just stick it back in. Only goes one way, and then you, with your thumb, you can just twist it and lock it back into place. This does have a very nice stock. It's not really hollow, I mean, it's not super hollow, but you can hear a little bit. I mean, I could probably fill this in with something, but it's not bad. Very nice air gun. Synthetic, very nice synthetic stock. Compared to my Craftsman 1077, which is wood, this thing has a much narrower, smaller grip than that thing does. It's really wide, which would probably be hard for younger shooters with small hands, or even women, or some guys with small hands. I got smaller hands for a guy, but this thing here is just, it's really comfortable to shoot. All right, well, in the sun here, we are at 97 degrees Fahrenheit, 96. Yeah, it's, the nice thing is, though, the humidity is down, so I'm still going to jump into the pool after, once I'm done here. But my table's kind of at a slope, just my backyard's at a slope. I can level it out, but I think I'll be fine with that shooting bag. Again, we're at 20 yards. I won't hit the pool. I got about 3 foot gap in between. My wife would kill me if I shot through the pool, but we got patches. But 20 yards, whew, I tell you, I don't know, man. I'll be happy if I just get everything on the paper. Orange paper, right target, 3 3/4 inch circle. If I land everything in that circle, I'll be happy. All right, the camera's going to be behind me just because of my space and everything, so just bear with me. But well, that target looks really small from back here. I got my scope, I got it to 20 yards, and I got my magnification up to 10. So I was looking at, it's nice and clear, so we'll see how we can do. I'll do single action again. Make sure all right, we're good. It's getting hot. All right. This is probably going to be ugly, but I'll do my best. Again, I'm on a slope here, but it's comfortable. This bag is nice. Caldwell Deadshot shooting bag. This is the large one. I got it as a pair with the small one from Amazon. I forget what I paid, but well worth the money. My groups have definitely gotten better with this thing than trying to use pillows. So much better. Post is 20 yards. My barrel is right at it, so my muzzle. So we'll see how it does. See how well I do. Single action. Fresh CO2 cartridges. 10 shots. JSB Exact 7.33 grain. That looks really small from way back here. Holy smoke. I'm going to aim at the 12 o'clock position of the outer circle. Wish me luck. Wow. Just to the right, actually. It's right at the 3 o'clock position, the shot. Same spot. So I just need to come over. So tell you, you know what? I'll just leave it there. That way we'll see if it groups. Because then all we need to, we know that all we need to do is windage. There's no wind. I got the fence blocking any crosswind. We're facing due east or due west. That one's sitting right about the 2 o'clock position, so we came up a little bit. Yeah, this ain't too great, but definitely has opened up quite a bit. That's actually right where I was shooting. So was that one. There, I found the sweet spot. So was that one. And we're out. Last 3 shots were pretty good. Not bad for 20 yards. All right, safety on. Let's go take a look. Oh, phew, it's hot. All right, started way out here. can't remember if I came back up, but the last 3 shots are right here. So 20 yards, I mean, that's a long ways for a little CO2 powered 177 caliber. It seemed to settle in after the, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, first 5 shots. Again, that sweet spot. There's another one right here. Not sure what that one was, but last 3 shots right here. So I mean, that's not bad. I mean, this isn't this is by no means PCP air rifle. I mean, I had this one individual try to compare my Hudson 135 QE Carnivore and 30 caliber, the gas piston brake barrel air rifle, to a FX at what was I shooting at, 10 or 12 yards, something like that. He was saying, single, whole groups. I mean, those are in 2 different leagues of air guns, but the last 3 shots look promising. Again, these are 7.33 grain. Let's move to the 8.3 grain RWS Superdome, and we'll try the right green target. I might move this over and just, I don't know if I'll hit my pumpkins from that angle. I think we'll be okay. I'll just move this out of the way so I don't hit that and get a ricochet. But, all right, let's try this one. 10 shots, RWS Superdome, 20 yards. I don't know, man, if I need to take a shot from the bedroom window to maybe, say, the garden or something, I don't know. I got fencing around that. Or even my pumpkins, like a rabbit or some kind of pest. I might be stretching it a bit for a rifle of this size, this caliber. I mean, CO2, but it might get the job done with the right pellet and proper shot placement. But I wouldn't recommend doing that. That would probably be more suitable for the RWS Model 34 that I have in 22 caliber. I think that would definitely get the job done at that distance. But yeah, it'd be definitely stretching it with this lower powered CO2 powered air rifle. I mean, a good shot placement would definitely do. The Predator polymags are good, but I don't think I don't know, they might fit in this. It does have a deeper magazine than the 1077, so I might have to buy some of those. I don't have any 177. I do have the metal mags. Could try some of those, but I think they protrude a little too far. I'm just reloading this magazine here. But these are the 8.3 Superdomes, so we'll try those at 20 yards next. Okay, I got my camera here in the shade. I'm using my phone, so if it overheats, it will stop. But it's right behind me again. I'll back it up a little bit more. I think we're good here. I got a little bit of shade, but it isn't reaching me yet. I mean, we're still at right about 90 degrees, so it's pretty warm out here. Again, the humidity is low, so 20 yards, 8.3 grain RWS Superdome. I'm gonna reload this. This thing's fun. I love it. Awesome little air gun. I wish they still made these. Umarex, if you're listening, Ruger, you guys need to partner up again and reintroduce this, bring it back, because it's a great air rifle. I mean, actual Ruger 1022 rimfire owners, this is something they would enjoy. I think this would be a great training tool for younger shooters to introduce them to, even firearms. I mean, what a great training tool this is. Backyard friendly, 100%. All right, 20 yards, RWS Superdomes. Let me raise this up some. I think I might be blocking it. We'll go a little higher. Again, hey, at least I didn't shoot the pool. All right. Yeah, I want to do some air gun shooting from the pool someday before the summer's out. All right, 20 yards. Green target, right target. All right, same thing, single action. I think we're good here. Let's see. All right, now we're good. All right. I was aiming at the 6 o'clock position. I'll do this, or the 12 o'clock position. I'll do the same thing. So everything was kind of low and to the right. Huh. That was actually right at the 1 o'clock position. So it's a bit higher. Probably because it was sitting and warming up. That one's right about the noon position. If you can hear me, I said 12 o'clock position. Wow, that one really dropped to the 3 o'clock position. Same spot. Came back over to the left a little bit. Hey, you know, we're all inside that circle. 3 3/4 inches at 20 yards. Everything so far is to the right. That one came back over. Windage is perfect. Wow, that one dropped just to the left of the bullseye. And we're out. Actually, that's not bad. You know what? I'm happy with that. You know what? For 20 yards, I'm happy with that. Let's go take a look. All right. Everything is in this 3 3/4 inch circle at 20 yards. No crosswind. 8.3 grain Superdome, RWS Superdome. I started out over here. Came up here some. Kind of jumped around a little bit. I hit one here, one there. I mean, say what you will, that's an acceptable group at 20 yards with a CO2 powered air rifle, rotary magazine, 20 yards, 8.3 grain lead pellet, 3 3/4 inch circle. I was aiming right here, so not bad. I mean, everything's like right in here, so I mean, I could do some adjustment, but it seems to work itself where it needs to be. I mean, that could probably be tighter, but at 20 yards, that's really stretching it with this air rifle. If you're doing, I mean, definitely don't recommend any small game hunting with that. Maybe some very small pest control, but that's not bad at all. I'm happy with that. Better group at 10. What I say, just past the 10 meters, so probably right around 11 meters. 20 yards, 11 meters, 20 yards. 11 meters, 12 meters, 20 yards, 11 meters, 20 yards. So definitely the heavier pellet is more stable. I don't know when these things are coming. You know, they probably come out spinning, but at what distance do they start kind of wobbling like a weeble? Remember the old Fisher Price weebles? I mean, unless you do some slow motion, you're not going to be able to see that, but there's no keyholing there at least. I mean, very stable pellet, 8.3 grain. I mean, these are stable too, but definitely opened up. Last 3 shots, again, that's the best group. Not too bad. This was good over here, but that's definitely acceptable at 20 yards with a CO2 powered 177 caliber air rifle. The Ruger 1022 from Umarex. Very cool. For the grand finale, while we got some CO2 left, let's try some steel plates and see what the impact looks like. We'll try to catch them with my tray. All right, 20 yard steel plates, RWS Superdome, 8.3 grain. Umarex Ruger 1022 CO2 powered air rifle, .177 caliber. I'll try to hit the plate. I'll aim high, and then there's a can above that, aluminum bear can. We'll try to hit that a couple times and just see what it looks like penetration wise. Wish me luck. Whew, it's getting hot. Definitely going to jump in the pool after this. We'll just do single action again. We'll start with the plate. Hopefully I can catch some of those. We'll see what the impact looks like. Do some can. Just using double action. I'm hitting it. CO2 is dropping. I can see them kind of curve and down. They're like going up like this and then down. Kind of like a slider or sinker if you are into baseball. Hummingbird over there. All right. Hey, not a bad 20-yard plinker. All right, plate. All right. I had to start using a holdover, but we hit it except for the last shot, and now we're empty. Let's go see if we can find some pellets. All right, we are safe. All right, put it in the shade. See if I caught any of those. All right, yeah, we got some pellets here. There's one here. 1, 2 here. Nice little flat mushroom there. Look at that. Even at the 20 yards, you know, start losing some CO2. That's still pretty good. I mean, that's probably one of the first few shots. Definitely a good impact there. You can see that one. Enough to put some holes in this aluminum at that distance. Yeah, they were really. I had to aim like way above this, like at least at the top of the can. I was aiming up here, kind of at this where I got the screw. But we were hitting. Except for that last shot, it really curved and dropped. But not bad for 20 yards. I mean, that's a good plinker. I think we're out of CO2 now. We got to be just about out. But yeah, I mean, that's about 5. I don't know, you know, what the velocity is now, but I mean, it's a 5 foot-pound or 7 joule air rifle with full CO2. I mean, that's definitely enough to take a squirrel with a headshot or a rabbit. Again, nothing. Rabbits take very little. Doesn't take much to take them out. But yeah, I would definitely think this would be definitely worth. Definitely capable of small pest control, especially if you got a small backyard. You know, limited area space. I mean, indoor, outside. In a neighborhood. I mean, it's not very loud. I'm not disturbing anybody. And you know what? It might very well get the job done at that distance in this caliber with a CO2 powered air rifle. Very cool. Some old carpet. Use it to catch some of your pellets, man. This is, I mean, not only that, but it dampens the noise. I think this is helping a lot with some of my noise in the backyard. But it catches pellets. You can pick them right out and throw them right in the garbage. I mean, if you got old carpet laying around, don't throw it out. Hang it over some boards and use it for part of your backstop. Again, it absorbs, I think, some of the sound because I did shoot some other things back here before I started using this, and it was kind of loud, the back echo, I think, from the fence, the wood. This really helps absorb it. I don't know the science behind that, but it definitely helps. So that's something to consider if you got some old carpet laying around. Oh, that's another pellet there. But there's one in there. But a very good use for old carpet. The Ruger 1022 air rifle from Umarex, CO2 powered, .177 caliber, repeating air rifle, using JSB Exact 7.33 grain dome pellets and RWS Superdome 8.3 grain dome pellets, both lead, both 10 meters and 20 yards. I'm happy with that. The 20 yards definitely opened up with the JSBs being lighter. They started the group the second time around, as you can see above there. 10 meters with the RWS Superdomes. They were shooting low, but they were grouping, as you can see. My CO2 was dropping towards the end there. I inserted 2 new fresh ones before I did the 20 yards. So JSB with the 20 yards, fresh CO2, and then the RWS 20 yards, the RWS Superdomes at 20 yards, 8.3 grains. I'm happy with that. Everything is within that 3 3/4 inch circle. A lot of that could be me. Again, CO2, so you're kind of up and down. Rotary magazine. I did seat the pellets with my Sharpie here. Everything was just uniform as best as I could. Single action. It does have the double or single action. Single action is a much lighter pull, 2 pounds and under. If you're going double action, you're anywhere from 7 to a high, I believe 5 pounds. I just did that video. I'll put that in the description so you can go and check that out if you want. But I'm happy with that. You saw the impacts on the steel target at 20 yards. It was enough to create a mushroom on the RWS Superdomes, even towards the end of the CO2 cartridges. I do have 2 installed. I'm not sure how much is left, but it looks like I'm getting about, let's see, 10, 20, 30. That was, see, 10, 20, and then 30. About 30 shots on one CO2 cartridge, because it started to drop down there. They were grouping, but they started to drop. So you get about 30 shots off of one CO2 cartridge, depending on your temperature and your pellet weight. I'm happy with these, especially with the 20-yard Superdomes. I mean, it's not FX PCP, one shot, one hole grouping, but with a CO2 powered air rifle with a rotary magazine, that's not bad at 20 yards with an 8.3 grain pellet. Heavier pellet, more stable. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I mean, I guess I shouldn't put the sad face over there, but I mean, that's 20 yards. I mean, still I got all but 7 out of 3 in the circle there, so that's not bad. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It might be a little long, but I had fun making it. I'm in some shade now here, but I think I'm going to jump in a swimming pool now. Anyhow, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.